I want to walk you through the process of giving a member access as if I was an admin using the system. This is typical of what might happen if a customer service person needs to give free access to someone on their team, or maybe someone that wants to do an evaluation of your program. So it's a good step one before I go to the next step, which is someone opting in or purchasing a membership and then getting access. So let me start by creating someone new. So this is going to be a new user. And what I'm going to do is make use of this internal form that exists inside of the give and remove access campaign. So if I click in here, it's a very simple form. I include a first name and an email address. And what I have is level 1, 2, and 3, give and remove access. And this is a very simple internal form. What it's doing is just assigning them the trigger tag. And so this is an example of how easy it is now to add a purchase or an internal form, in this case, or an opt-in form that gives access without having to go into the details of what it takes to do that. So now that I have this new member over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the internal form. The internal form has this name in it. So I can go over here and I can go down to the bottom to internal forms. And I just happen to have a lot of them because this is my test account, but I've labeled this one so that I can find it easily. Most people are not going to have nearly that many internal forms. So what am I going to do? I can give them 2 accesses. Let's just keep it really simple. Let me close that there. I'll go here and I'll do it again. So I'm going to give them the middle access, level 2. So let's refresh the screen and let's watch what happens in the campaign trace. So here's the campaign. That's the campaign trace. So this this form goal or campaign goal executed. If I look in here, you'll see that they don't necessarily show up in order in the trace, but as you can see, this form caused this trigger event, or this goal, this one, to execute. So I'm going to refresh this. Let's see how much progress it's made. So now you can see that we applied the send welcome. So these are all out of order, but we applied the starter kit. We gave them the access. We removed the trigger tag, that's just good practice, and then we triggered the send welcome. So we're starting off just fine. If I look at what's coming up next, now we're calling the action set that sets the password. We're sending the welcome message. We're removing the trigger tag. Again, this is good practice, and then we're sending out the message. So I'm going to refresh this to see if the password gets set. So here we go. So the legacy action set ran. So I should be able to go to the custom field and see that yes, the password has been set. If I were to check the WordPress site, the user is already created over there. And now let me take a look at the message. So this is the message that's going to be sent out. Here's the auto login link, and there's the information. So let me go and check my email. The email doesn't show up immediately. It's, we're waiting. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're waiting a minute on purpose because we want to make sure that this happens. But as you can see, that's not necessary. But there you go. So I'm checking my email, and there it is. So I have an auto login link. I have the password, and now I can do click here. And you'll see it's Mo number 2. We gave them the number 2 access so they can get into the program.